Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Tarot from the Divine. I'm here with your angels, demons, and soul contracts, episode number 10. A few changes. First of all, I'm not going to be doing this every single day. I'm probably going to upload 2 to 3 a week, just to keep it from getting too monotonous, to just, like lessons, and you have to go to school for it every day and all of that. It gets hard for me, and it's not easy for you guys either. So couple of other things. I'm going back to the tarot correspondences, because I think they can help with describing the soul contract part. And then this little thing is going to be somewhere in the background on my readings. And I think you'll like them. I'm going to read it, but they'll be here. You can grab a screenshot and all of that. This came across my FYP, and it just applies. So I wrote it down, I copied it, and now it's just gonna sit in here, through my readings and whatnot, so that people can, it's a gentle little reminder. It's called Reality Check. Number 1, you will not be rewarded for bad behavior. Number 2, being told no is part of life. Get over it. Number 3, you are free to make your choice. You are not free of the consequences. Number 4, life is not fair. Number 5, you are not the boss. Number 6, the world does not revolve around you. Number 7, respect is earned. It is not just given. Number 8, the world owes you nothing. Work for it. Number 9, fits and tantrums will get you nothing. Stop wasting your time. I should put "and hours" on there. Number 10, you put yourself here. You need to fix you. And number 11 is shut your mouth and open your ears. Okay, that's not being rude. It's just saying listen more than you speak. Okay. You learn a lot more. So those are some, little life truths, and I really liked it, so it's just going to live here for, as long as I, it helps with the little reminders, And so today, let's get into the angels and the demons part. So today we're talking about Haziel. Make sure you can see it. Haziel, who is a cherubim. So we've gotten through the seraphim. So cherubim is something a little different. Cherubim is, let's see here. The cherubs guard the Garden of Eden and escort the throne of God. So the seraphim, they fly around the throne of God, and they're a choir, and they're the highest rank of angels. The cherubim are the next rank, and they guard the Garden of Eden and escort the throne of God. All right, so Haziel is Psalm 25:6. So the numbers 2, 5, and 6, or an angel number 256, might be significant. And people born under Haziel are sincere in their promises and easily pardon those who commit offenses against them. Haziel obtains God's mercy, favors of the great, and execution of promises. All right, so in the tarot, Haziel is represented by the Hierophant. And to me, the Hierophant is always, lessons learned, education, but it can also be support, self-realization, expansion, emotional development, and committed relationships. All right? So we'll get a little bit more into the other side of Haziel. If you get upside down in your life and, it brings divine forgiveness. If you allow Paimon, who I will discuss next, and then you would be a poor leader. You would be seen as or feel or actually be incompetent. You could be egotistical, judgmental, and give poor advice, and have people mistrust you because you're giving poor advice. And Paimon is deception. So we'll get into that a little bit more a little bit later here. And then so we're going to talk about Paimon. And he's a king. And the kings they are the top of the ranking order. And these were those angels who were closest to Lucifer when he led the rebellion against God in heaven. All right, so he's up there. He's up there, down there. And he brings deception. He's the ninth spirit, and he's a great king who appears in the form of a man sitting upon a camel with a glorious crown upon his head. There goes before him a host of spirits, such as men with trumpets and beautiful sounding cymbals. He roars at his first coming, and his speech is such that the magician cannot well understand Paimon unless he can compel him. The spirit can teach all arts and sciences, and can explain what the earth is and what holds it up in space, and what and where the mind is. He gives dignity and makes any man a subject to the magician if he so desires it, and gives good familiars. Paimon is to be observed toward the west. He was the order of dominions and has under him 200 legions of spirits. So he's a very influential entity down there. But I need you to remember that you cannot understand him unless you can compel him to speak clearly. Therefore, the deception. Okay? He can say, well, I didn't say that. And how do you know? You couldn't understand me anyway. Right? And he's, excuse me, he's represented by the Queen of Rods or the Queen of Wands in the tarot. And the Queen of Wands is about creativity and focus. They're attractive, energetic, cheerful, and self-assured. Pisces and Aries. And then influence. And then they are an artisan, an entrepreneur, counselor, organizer, leader, sociable, supportive, loyal, intuitive, and enthusiastic. However, if we have deception going on here, then they're controlling. They will give you broken promises. They will give you envy, jealousy, or they may project envy and jealousy towards you. And they will have a fear of rejection. And so they will be deceptive in order to keep you stuck in their little world there, okay? So, and Haziel will try to have you give them divine forgiveness, but you can only forgive, so much until the other person has to change, right? So here we have soul contract A, which is play now and pay later. And so we'll play with the 2 tarot cards here. And so this one is the deception, and this one is the divine forgiveness, all right? So the Hierophant is about lessons learned, like I said, self-realization, expansion, emotional development, and committed relationships. But in the reverse, which is what Paimon's going to try to do with deception, in reverse it's going to be poor leadership, incompetent, egotistical, judgmental, poor advice, and mistrust. So you might learn lessons, and the lessons you learn might be to recognize this deception, and then you have to practice the divine forgiveness, both of the other person and of yourself. You have to forgive yourself in order to move forward as well. You have to get over the embarrassment. You have to get over judging yourself. Everybody makes mistakes. And so you made a mistake in judgment. And then Paimon here is going to, he's going to be envious and jealous and do all that. And with the play now and pay later, doing whatever you want, regardless of right or wrong, morals and ethics. No karmic punishment unless you are caught. And what really hit me with this reality check is that you will not be rewarded for bad behavior. Okay? It doesn't mean, so this option A, do whatever you want, regardless of right, wrong, morals, and ethics, and there's no karma or punishment unless you are caught or imprisoned, doesn't mean that you're going to be rewarded for bad behavior. It means that you can do your bad behavior, but you will eventually be punished for it. And now we have option B, which is the pay as you go. So you're learning your lessons and you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're recognizing this deception, and you're able to turn the deception that he promotes and projects. You're able to turn it around through creativity and focus and turn it into possibly an entrepreneurship. You're able to, instead of being disloyal, you're able to be loyal. You're able to be enthusiastic about a project. You're able to turn it back around. So that's the pay-as-you-go type of a scenario. You recognize it, and then you're able to correct it, and then you're able to move on. Okay? And then we have the option C, which is pay now and play later. So these are both going to be in the reverse. Like that. Okay? And in the reverse, you're going to have poor leadership, incompetent, egotistical, judgmental, poor advice, and mistrust. And that doesn't only mean that that's what you'll receive. That also means that is what people will say about you. Okay? That they can't trust you. You've got poor leadership. You got bad judgment. You've got a big ego. You're very judgmental and all of that. And they're also going to say that, you're controlling, or you can be easily controlled. That you break your promise, that you don't keep your word. That You are full of envy and jealousy towards people, and you're needy and clingy, and you have a fear of rejection and all of that. Okay, so this is what you're going to face if these are in your life. Okay, and and you'd look towards the west. So if it feels like something's coming from the west, or if you recognize some of this, you know, pay attention to where somebody's coming from. If they're bad mouthing you and whatnot, sort of pay attention to from what direction they're coming, if you can. A lot of the times you can't tell, but sometimes you can, and see, what direction they're coming from, and see if they resemble any of these characteristics that are described. Okay, but then at the end, guess what? These turn back over. Like that. See? At the end. And then it is found that you are actually supportive. You recognize yourself. You are interested in expansion. You develop yourself emotionally. And you're committed in your relationships. You're an entrepreneur. You're artistic. You could be a counselor, or an organizer, or a leader. You're sociable. Again, you're supportive. You're loyal, intuitive, and enthusiastic. Wow. So you actually are this, but they were going around spreading these lies about you. And I guess the lesson in this one is just keep being you. Keep doing you. You will be rewarded in the end for the lies and everything that they've told about you, and the karma that you didn't deserve. Don't listen to the temptation saying, well, you're getting all this that you don't deserve. Why don't you just do something to deserve it anyway? Because, again, they're trying to get you to go into karmic debt. Okay? And so that's basically it for your lesson today. As always with any of these, the message remains: you do you. Only you can do you. Okay? Don't pay attention to what others say about you. Actions speak louder than words. Okay? They always do. Actions speak louder than words. Remain silent when you need to. You're just wasting your breath if you're arguing and everything, because you can't hear what they are saying and what others are saying if you're too busy talking over them. And you'll notice that these people love to talk. They want their mouth to be heard. They want their voice to be heard over yours. Well, because you speak the truth. Right? So you continue to speak the truth, even if it's, even if you've got this plan C, and you're getting all of this. Yes, speak up about it. Don't just be totally silent, but speak up in such a way that people might start listening. And if they don't listen, just know in the back of your head that this is all going to end someday. Someday they are going to get caught. And someday you are going to be proven right, and you are going to be rewarded for that. Okay, you're going to receive justice. What they have stolen from you will return. Because everything we send out comes back. And it always comes back faster and harder than what we sent out. So be gentle with your words. One saying that I used to hear when I was younger was, Please make my words soft and sweet, for tomorrow I may have to eat them. So just keep that in mind, you know? Keep your words soft and sweet, for tomorrow you may have to eat them. Make them eat their words. Okay? And that's it. So I hope you have a good day, and thank you for being here. And please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Okay, thank you.